Welcome, please hit the subscribe button. I notice some women on social media constantly posting about how boring and unfulfilling their single life is, and I've been thinking about this pattern. Welcome back, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help us reach our target. Today we're diving deep into the real psychology behind these complaints, and trust me, the reasons might surprise you. Before we jump in, let me be clear, being single can absolutely be amazing, and many women thrive in their independence. But there's definitely a subset who seem genuinely unhappy with their solo status, and understanding why reveals some fascinating insights about modern dating culture, social expectations, and human psychology. The first major factor is what psychologists call social conditioning. From childhood, many women are subtly programmed to view relationships as the ultimate life goal. Think about it, fairy tales end with marriage, family members constantly ask about dating status, and society often treats single women over 30 like there's something wrong with them. This conditioning creates an internal narrative that equates romantic partnership with success and fulfillment. When you've been told your whole life that finding love is the key to happiness, being single can feel like failure, even when you're actually doing great in other areas. Social media amplifies this feeling exponentially. Instagram and TikTok are flooded with couple content, romantic vacations, anniversary celebrations, cute date nights. When you're constantly exposed to highlight reels of other people's relationships, your own single life can feel inadequate by comparison. The algorithm makes this worse by creating echo chambers. If someone engages with relationship content, they'll see more of it, creating a cycle where single people are bombarded with reminders of what they don't have. There's also the validation aspect. Complaining about being single often generates sympathy, advice, and attention from friends and followers. This external validation can become addictive, creating a cycle where the complaint behavior is reinforced even if it doesn't lead to actual solutions. Fear of missing out plays a huge role too. Many women worry they're missing crucial life experiences by being single. They see friends getting married, having children, building families, and feel like they're falling behind some invisible timeline. This FOMO is often irrational. Single people frequently have more freedom, career opportunities, and personal growth experiences. But the fear of missing out on traditional relationship milestones can overshadow these advantages. Another factor is the comfort zone paradox. Some women who complain about being single are actually terrified of the vulnerability that comes with real relationships. Staying single while complaining about it creates a safe middle ground. They can maintain their independence while also garnering sympathy for their situation. This allows them to avoid the actual work of dating, which involves rejection, compromise, and emotional risk. Complaining becomes a substitute for action. Economic anxiety also contributes to relationship anxiety. In an era where housing costs are skyrocketing and financial stability feels increasingly elusive, many women see partnership as financial security. The idea of splitting costs, combining incomes, and building wealth together can make single life feel financially precarious. This economic pressure adds urgency to finding a partner that has nothing to do with love or compatibility, and everything to do with survival in an expensive world. The biological clock narrative creates additional pressure. Whether or not someone wants children, society constantly reminds women about fertility timelines. This creates artificial urgency around finding a partner, making single life feel like wasted time rather than valuable personal development. Loneliness is obviously a legitimate concern, but modern single women often mistake different types of loneliness. They might feel socially isolated or lack deep friendships, but assume romantic partnership will solve all forms of loneliness. The reality is that romantic relationships can't fill every social and emotional need.
Some team what feel like romantic loneliness is actually friend loneliness or community loneliness.
Cultural messaging around female independence is also conflicted. Women are told to be independent and self-sufficient while simultaneously receiving messages that they need a man to complete them. This creates internal conflict where being single feels both empowering and inadequate. The dating app culture has made finding love feel both easier and more frustrating. The endless options create analysis paralysis, while the superficial nature of app connections makes meaningful relationships feel elusive. This can leave women feeling like they're failing at something that should be simple. Past relationship trauma also influences current attitudes toward being single. Women who've experienced heartbreak, betrayal, or toxic relationships might simultaneously crave and fear new connections. Complaining about being single becomes a way to express this internal conflict. Social comparison is inevitable but destructive. When single women compare their behind-the-scenes reality to other people's highlight reels, their own lives naturally feel lacking. They forget that every relationship has challenges and that coupled people often envy single people's freedom. The empowerment movement paradox is real too. Modern women are told they should be complete on their own, so admitting to wanting partnership can feel like betraying feminist ideals. This creates shame around natural human desires for connection. Family pressure remains intense despite social progress. Parents, grandparents, and relatives often treat single status as a problem to be solved rather than a valid life choice. This external pressure internalized becomes self-criticism. The solution isn't necessarily finding a relationship, it's examining why single life feels inadequate. Often the dissatisfaction stems from unmet needs that have nothing to do with romance. Building strong friendships, pursuing meaningful goals, developing hobbies, and creating community can address many complaints about single life. Understanding these psychological patterns helps both single women and the people who care about them. The goal isn't to shame anyone for wanting partnership, but to recognize when complaints about being single mask deeper issues that romantic relationships can't actually solve. What do you think about these patterns? Have you noticed them in yourself or others? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.